something hot, something sour or tart, and something sweet. Hi, I'm Culinary Cam. Today I'm going to show you how I make fermented cabbage kimchi style. This is just my version of a fermented cabbage that's done in about a week, and it is similar to what I love in Korean restaurants. We're down to my last jar, so I just wanted to do a new batch. I say fermented cabbage because I use any cruciferous green that I have. This batch looks like it was probably a mix of kale and mustard greens, and for today's version I'm going to use some cabbage and some purple Napa cabbage that I got from our CSA farm, Robina's Organics. You can do this with whatever greens you have, and it is done in about 3 to 5 days. So the ingredient list is pretty basic and very flexible. This is the epitome of my use what you have kind of process. Certain things are stable, so half a cup of salt, and you can use whatever salt. I don't use my fancy favorite finishing salts because this is just a brine. So half a cup of salt, and then you're gonna need about 7 or 8 cups of the vegetables. I'm using this purple cabbage, purple Napa cabbage, regular cabbage, and then I have some turnips that I'm also gonna throw in there. I'm just gonna tear it by hand and just put it straight into the bowl. This is a great use for vegetables that might be a little past their prime because they're gonna get brined and softened. So even if they're not like perfectly crisp or photogenic, they're still gonna taste fantastic. You can just tear or cut, about that size. I put the harder ends into the compost bin. My boys like kimchi burgers, so instead of just regular pickles on their burgers, they do that. I have a favorite tofu and kimchi soup that I make. I will link to that in the description below. And kimchi pancakes are really good. So that's a beautiful color. I love this color. And it sort of stays this color. A lot of times when you cook purple vegetables, they lose that color. Like purple spinach turns kind of green when you cook it. This stays this bright, beautiful purple color. So I'm gonna add in some turnips. I'm just gonna peel them. I've done this with lots of different greens, lots of different veggies. This is from our farm, Robina's Organics. And then just tear that into little pieces. I love this recipe for its imprecision. It's just kind of fun to make. And then of course the end result. 7 or 8 cups approximately. Half a cup of salt in the bottom. And then you're just gonna cover this with cool water, and you're gonna mix it with your hands to create a brine, because the salt is all the way at the bottom. Okay, so you just wanna make sure that your veggies are nice and submerged. And I usually do that by putting in another bowl that fits right on top and weigh it down. If it needs a little bit more weight, you can put heavy things in there. Let's try this. Perfect. Okay, so those veggie leaves are submerged in the brine. Half a cup of water, 7 to 8 cups of veggies, cover it with cool water, weight it down, and now we're gonna wait for 2 hours, and then we'll come back. So my cabbages have been in the brine for 2 hours, and it's ready for the next steps. And you can see it is wilted and softened just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna drain this water off, and I'll be right back. You can leave in a little bit of that brine, that just adds some nice salt. And now you get to add in some flavors. So something hot, you can use sriracha. You can use some kind of chili sauce. There's 2 kinds of chili sauce, and these also add color. And then you need to add something tart or sour, so you could either do citrus juice, or I'm gonna use a vinegar. And then you need something sweet, and that is whatever, sugar, maple syrup. I've even done molasses in a pinch. So something hot, something sour or tart, and something sweet. So I'm going to measure in half a cup of vinegar. I'm going to do sriracha. And this is going to be 1/3 of a cup, and then a tablespoon of something sweet. So that's just the maple syrup. Okay, and you're just gonna put that in there. Usually I do a nice knob of ginger, probably about 1 inch. This is 2, but it's for me to hold it. I don't peel it, I just use my microplane and grate it straight into there. Nice juicy ginger. And I'm just gonna use a garlic press to get the skins off more easily. 4 cloves of garlic. You could even just peel them and put them in there whole if you'd like. Okay, so you have everything in there, and now you're just gonna get your hands in there and massage it. Get all that mixed together. Nice and coated. And there's still some of that brine. Then we're just gonna put that in the jar and leave it in a cool place with no sunlight for 3 to 4 days. And what it's gonna do in that dark place is it's gonna ferment. So then after 3 or 4 days, you're gonna check it, and if it has bubbles, then you're good to go, and you can put it in the fridge, and you can eat it then if you'd like, and it'll keep fermenting, but I try and eat it within a month or so. And then you're just gonna take that sauce, and you're gonna pour it over that cabbage, and kind of press it down. Make sure you see those little bubbles. That's the fermentation process. I actually will go in and every day or so turn it just so that it stays mostly submerged. But if you have something you want to weight it down with, that's good too. All right, that is it for our fermented cabbage kimchi style. And I will get back to you in a couple of days and show you this deliciousness. So if you like this video, please click like and definitely hit that notification and subscribe bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.